Hi there, my name is Paula Sturm. I'm a registered dietitian and functional medical nutritionist and owner of Radically Nourished. And today's tip, I want to talk to you about mindful eating. And mindful eating is really important. I'm sure many people have heard about it. It's been around a long time, but it always helps to have reminders because I feel a lot of people eat really fast and it compromises our digestion. Even just for that reason, eating mindfully can be really important. So let's talk about what mindful eating is and some benefits and go from there. All right. So what exactly is mindful eating? If you aren't aware of its what it is already, mindful eating is about being fully present during meals, focusing on the experience and fostering a deeper connection with your food and your body and whoever you're eating with. It's not about perfection or strict diet, it's about awareness and intentionality. So it's more about the how of eating versus the what of eating. So, what are some benefits of mindful eating? It helps improve digestion. Eating slowly and chewing thoroughly activates enzymes and prepares your body for proper digestion. So, you absorb your food better, you absorb your nutrients better, you have less bloating, less heartburn, less symptoms. And there's a lot of reasons why we should do that. All right. So, one thing that you can do to encourage mindful eating, or just one thing that you can do at your next meal, is place your fork down between bites. This gives your body time to process. Set your fork, spoon, the sandwich, whatever it is, down. Chew what you have in your mouth, swallow before you even prepare or take your next bite. So don't start cutting your next bite while you have food in your mouth. Set everything down, chew, and pay attention to what you're eating and enjoying. And this is going to drastically space out the time of your meal, which is important, which we'll talk about. And you're going to enjoy it more and you're going to digest it better. You'll feel so much better after you eat just by doing that. Mindful eating also helps reduce overeating. Mindful eating helps you recognize hunger and fullness cues and prevents overindulgence. So try a hunger scale on a scale of 1 to 10 before and during and after your meals to rate how full or how satisfied or how hungry you are. So 1 can be super hungry and 10 can be massively full, like Thanksgiving, massively full. Before you eat, rate yourself. Where are you on that scale? Are you ravenous? Maybe you just waited too long to eat. If we do that, oftentimes we'll have a tendency to eat too fast and we'll eat too much. If we are at a 10 by the time we finish the meal, or while we're eating, we notice we're at a 10, but we continue eating, we know we've eaten too much. And this takes a little bit of time to kind of get the feel of where these numbers are because it's very subjective, right? You want to start eating somewhere around that 4-ish on the scale when you're just a little peckish or a little hungry, but you're not ravenous. This way, you'll have the opportunity to not overindulge or get too into your food right off the bat because you're so hungry. You can sit there, enjoy your meal, slow down, take your time. And then we want to stop eating maybe around that 7-ish mark. So that's what you're trying to look for, preventing feeling overly full. Maybe that's a 6 or a 7 where you feel like, you know what, hunger satisfied, but still feel like I could take a walk. That's kind of your optimal places to be in that hunger scale. But use that before you eat, during your meals too, to assess, am I full? Am I still hungry? Where am I at on that hunger scale to see when you want to stop eating? And then after you eat, especially maybe even 10 or 20 minutes after you eat, how do you feel at that point? Are you feeling too full? Maybe you ate too much and you didn't realize it. Maybe you ate too fast and you didn't realize it. So these are great ways for us to understand how we're eating. Mindful eating also enhances enjoyment. So, focusing in on the flavors and textures and aroma of our food increases satisfaction and reduces the need for larger portions. Oftentimes, we eat more or eat past full because we really weren't paying attention or enjoying what we were eating. So, our brain didn't pick up the fact that we ate. And so, it's like, wait a second, I didn't enjoy any of that. I didn't taste it. I didn't smell it. I need more. And so, then we'll go to reach for more just to satisfy those senses. So take a moment to identify the ingredients and the flavors in your meal or your snack and turn it into a sensory experience. So pay attention to the crunch, pay attention to the steam, pay attention to the smells of any of the herbs. So you really want to make sure that you're taking in every single sense, not just the taste or, just sort of the activity of eating. You really want to bring all of it in. And mindful eating helps you build a healthy relationship with food. Mindful eating shifts the focus from restriction to nourishment and fosters a positive outlook on food. So before eating, ask yourself, how will this meal make me feel? And will it help me align with my health goals? We all have different health goals. Whatever those goals are, is the meal that's presented to me at the moment going to align with those? And is it going to make me feel proud of myself? So, here are some mindful eating practices. You want to create a ritual around meals. Set the table, light a candle, play calm music. Treat meals as an event, no matter what meal it is, and not an afterthought that you're throwing together or eating over the sink. And this is the reason why you want to do this. It's a calming, more relaxing environment. And this encourages a reduce in your stress hormones. It improves digestion and increases enjoyment and creates a vibe of nourishment at those meals. Start with a breathing exercise before you eat. So before your first bite, take 3 to 5 deep breaths to transition from doing whatever you are doing to being. You want to be in the moment when you eat. And oftentimes we're going, especially at lunchtime, we're going from work right to eating, and we're eating as fast as we can, or we're working and multitasking. And all of those things are really counterintuitive to mindful eating and are going to compromise how you feel. And you've probably noticed that. And the reason why you want to start with those deep breaths and have that transition there, those deep breaths help activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which allows to have that rest and digest mode happen in our body. So it switches us from that sympathetic go, go, go mode into more of a rest and digest. And that's exactly where we want to be. We want to be digesting our food properly. And then we want to practice the 20-minute rule. Take at least 20 minutes to finish a meal, savoring each bite. Oftentimes we eat way faster than that, and it can take a good 20 minutes to allow our brain to catch up with our stomach to realize we're even full. And so if we eat in under 15 minutes, and then we feel like, all right, I just finished eating super fast. I'm still hungry. We might think that we're still hungry, but in reality, in about 10 minutes, we probably won't be. But since we finished so fast, we're like, well, that ended quickly. I probably need more food. So oftentimes, just spacing out that meal, elongating that meal for 20 minutes can give us that time for our brain to catch up with our body, recognize fullness, and then we can feel more satisfied. Again, this is going to prevent overeating. And then we want to engage all 5 senses. Before eating, notice the colors, the smells, and the textures of your food. Engage your senses deepens the eating experience and promotes awareness. Even starting this while you're cooking is important as well. And then another thing that you can try is using smaller plates and bowls. Serve meals in smaller dishes. This helps encourage smaller portions and reduces the likelihood of overeating. And again, eat slow. Set your fork down, take time eating, take 20 minutes to eat that amount of food, and you'll be amazed at how satisfied you can be on a smaller portion. And this is important because that visual cue, that white space on our plate, when there's more space filled up on a plate, we have a feeling of abundance. So it kind of just tricks our brain a little bit. So here are some common challenges with mindful eating. Distracted eating. So you want to make sure that you turn off all devices and focus on the act of eating. If you're eating with others, make conversation around the meal, make it pleasant conversation. Try not to have arguments or loud conversations that could put you in that fight or flight response. Emotional eating is a common challenge. Pause and ask yourself if you're truly hungry. Are you emotionally hungry or physically hungry? If you're eating to soothe emotions, try journaling or taking a short walk, and these can help redirect those emotional triggers. And eating on the go. We are very busy, and very commonly are we eating on the go. If you can't sit down, take a moment to at least breathe and acknowledge your food before eating it, even if it is just a quick snack. So here are some daily practices for mindful eating. Start small. Choose one meal or snack each day to eat mindfully. Sometimes we can't do this every single meal because again, we're super busy. We're driving to pick up the kids and we're eating our snacks, or we're getting in our lunch at that time, or we're working and eating and having working lunches. And so very often we are multitasking while we're eating. So the reality is we oftentimes can't do this 100% of the time, but if we can at least do it one meal of the day, that's still something. It's better than nothing. Set an intention. Before starting, reflect on why you're eating. Is it for nourishment, enjoyment, energy, and no judgment on any of those things? Just having an understanding what the agenda is or the intention is for that meal. And then chew more. Aim for 20 to 30 chews per bite to slow down and improve digestion. All right. Well, I hope you found that mindful eating tip helpful.